Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am PANCZASU, the mighty Firehawk's power, and I am here again to bring you a video cast. So this is another 1 versus 1 match, and once again this is a popular one. I mean that not only that it is in a popular section, it also got many wipes in a very short amount of time. Well, I do not think it is better than the my previous replay that I videocasted, but from the other side I haven't watched this replay yet, so I may be totally mistaken and this might be even a better game. If it would, then I couldn't believe what a great game this should be, because the previous one was definitely a replay of the year. Well, but we are going to see that soon, and meanwhile I'll bring you the players' names. So the first guy is totally on fire, and this is Wanted, if you don't know. And Wanted has gone for orange color and random faction. This random faction is, I think it's Snod, although I'm not 100% sure. It might be Screen, but I think it's Snod. And his opponent is Cloverfield. Wait a second, I don't remember if this guy had a real name or not. Well, I guess he had, but I'm not totally sure, and I will not try to say that I know it because I don't. So Cloverfield has gone for purple GDI, and once again I need to drink before even starting the game. Okay, not a bit better. So let's start. The map is of course Barstow Balance, and let's see if I was correct or not. Yes, I was. This is a node. Those are not pixels. So let's start by watching Wanted Speed Order. As you can see, Wanted is going for a Shadow Team rush. He is already constructing his secret shrine, and he's also doing his best to secure this middle Tiberium spike, which is a very important thing as well. Meanwhile, as you can see, Cloverfield has gone for a little bit more, let me say, unusual build order. He has sent a Rifle Squad to secure the central area, but he hasn't constructed any barracks. It looks like he knows that he could expect those shadow teams, and he's not even trying to get his engineer. Well, this was actually a good decision. Now he's got a refinery, and while his enemy has just constructed it. Now, as you can see, those Rifle Squads has actually done a really nice job. They secured all the garrisonable structures throughout the map. I bet that now Cloverfield has a really nice amount of view on the map. Yes, he can see everything. No matter what will happen, he will see that. So this is a very important thing. Now, the only problem for him is the Shadow Team rush, but there is only one Shadow Team, so this is not going to be a problem. Oh, and then the engineer goes out, and it died! The engineer died a millisecond before it could get to the APC. The Shadow Team was in that case a brilliant Shadow Team. This was a pure nature of Assassin's Creed. Why Creed? Oh, I don't know, I just wanted to say something. I'm still not crazy enough to comment it the way I know you like. At least I think you like. Now there is a pitbull that scouted the Shadow Team. Right now what must take place is that Cloverfield probably thinks... Oh, that was poor rocket charge hitting the APC. But what I wanted to say is that right now probably Cloverfield thinks that Wanted has used his support power. As we know, he hasn't. But in most situations, Node players do use this power. So now probably this Pitbull and this APC will try to scout them out, which is going to be a waste of time. So another good plans for Wanted. I'm still not crazy enough. It looks like that replay was unique, but maybe I will run a little bit more, a little bit better. Now we get 3 attack bikes that are going to annihilate this APC, but the engineer can save itself. Yeah, I think it will be able to capture the Tiberium spike. Oh, maybe it won't. It looks like there was just a nice micro made by Wanted. He force fired his attack bikes to hit directly in the area when the engineer was standing, and they killed him immediately. This is nice, I must say. Now, as you can see, Wanted is expanding, but it looks like he's not the only one to expand, because Cloverfield has expanded as well. Now you can see a little army fighting against one lone Shadow Team, which is obviously a waste. They could right now run into the enemy's base and completely overrun it. There were no defenders whatsoever, and now we can see the shadow, the rocket squads pumping out from the barracks, and this was really a fail. At least those forces are destroying the bridge, so I guess he sent them only to do this, and he wasn't even thinking about attack, which is a shame because he could really do some nice damage to the enemy. Sorry. As you can see, Cloverfield still has the advantage of having his reform squads all around the map. He can see everything what could happen everywhere. And he does have a watchtower securing his harvester, and also the harvester is doing a very nice micro, running away from the attack bikes, and it looks like all of the attack bikes has been destroyed, which is a very nice move. Now, only thing that I do not understand is why Cloverfield is not capturing the Tiberius spike. It could really give him a nice advantage, and there would be no way who wanted to capture it, at least for now, because their bridge is broken. Now, as you can see, Wanted is preparing some fanatics. It looks like he knows that the enemy has a lot of Predator tanks, which is actually not even a deduction if you talk about GDI, because GDI always have Predator tanks, except for a pitbull spam, but this happens only in big games like free for alls and stuff. So right now those fanatics are going to be quite useful. There are only 2 teams of them. I would personally go for more, but even 2, if micromatched well, can deal a massive damage to the enemy's army. Now, as you can see, Wanted's Garrison rocket squads do have range to attack this Predator tank, so Cloverfield had to retreat for a bit. Oh, and Wanted is already in tier 3. He's using the support power to scout out the enemy's area, the enemy's base. And is Cloverfield in tier 3? Yes, he is! It looks like we are going to experience some juggernauts very soon, but unfortunately for Cloverfield, he doesn't have a proper economy to run this out. As you can see, his build queue has stopped because of lack of money, I guess. Now the fanatics are going in, and there are no units whatsoever to kill the fanatics, which is a terrible mistake made by Cloverfield. Those fanatics are able to ruin his days unless they would charge on a single group of rocket squads, which they did. Terrible micro once again made by Wanted, but I guess he wasn't paying attention. He was just trying to scout out a little bit. Finally, Cloverfield has captured this Tiberian spike. Oh, and there is an APC engineer attempt, and actually it captured the Tiberian chemical plant. It looks like once again we're going to see some amazing action with this. Where is it going? Oh, I thought that this is the vapor bomb, but this was only a mine drop. Now this is going to be. Oh yes, the tech center goes down to this vapor bombing because of this captured Tiberian chemical plant. Oh, and it gets recaptured again. A very poor micro by Cloverfield. After using the spot wires, I would immediately sell the structure so that the enemy would have to waste a tons of money to reconstruct it. Now I can see that the Juggernaut is already in play and is bombarding Wanted's base. Wanted does have a problem right now. He also doesn't have any money, so now he has, and I wasn't meaning money, I was meaning power, and he had the power. Okay, so never mind what